all this aid. Somebody's gonna let me start over.
Someone's gonna punch somebody for doing yeah, it's, you know, self-defense. You know, they say the only one that has self-defense rights are us, and the rest of the world doesn't have any. Other one doesn't have any self-defense rights.
What I was saying is, I want this on camera for other protesters to see. I'm Penacoli Mailing, known as Happy Endings, KWM59.io, and I have this great concern that's going on in Israel and also Ukraine, that the U.S. government is funding military aid. They're funding these tow missiles to take out $1 billion tanks, Soviet tanks. They're crossing over into Kursk. Now you have the Republic of North Korea, the Communist Republic. They're coming in. They're going to be China back. They're going to sign you things. It's going to be a Korea-Vietnam Rep 2 in Eastern Europe, and all these people in the background are saying he's not going to come to U.S. soil. It takes $3, a $3 50 cal M107 round to take out a power transformer, and we're worried about funding either of these assholes. I mean, like it doesn't make sense. You can take out water pumping stations, one power transformer. Like, people don't realize that if we don't behave, there are people that are going to make this a Pearl Harbor Rev 2. In a city like this, what's going to happen? It's not a political thing. It's just like you're funding all this military aid, and military-industrial complex is just draining confetti money. It's confetti money. We just keep on printing it. So look at Zeitgeist. My Supreme Court challenge put at the end of it that Monero QR code. That's real funding. That's secrecy. That's privacy. This is my boy. This is my boy Devil. He was at the solar eclipse. Come on, show your pretty face.
He's shy.
He's so shy. But he was part of the solar eclipse ritual. I believe I'm under censorship and, like...
I am too.
It's censorship and privacy issues right now.
I am too.
Everybody is.
I'm under attack.
Why are you stealing...
Siege.
Why are people stealing, like, smart TVs and cell phones anymore? It's a track state. We have to live with that. We have to live with that. That anything you do...
Well, getting back to my first point is that the industrial military thinks we only have the right to defend ourselves. Nobody else does. Israel and us is the only ones that have the right to defend themselves. Now that's changing with BRICS, with the BRICS agreement. That's changing now. They're gonna have to be forced to collapse if they don't change.
I think the only option in Israel is vacate it. Make it like a Mecca.
Yeah, Mecca. Yeah.
Make it like a Mecca.
Or Medina.
People can go in.
Or Medina.
People can't stay. It's
unpopular.
What do you do? Or you have this hostility.
Or you make it like the Vatican.
Yeah, but another thing is, if you have a Second Amendment right, this whole recent ruling on Rohini about red flag laws and all like that, I had a burglary in my house. This guy, I wake up, this guy stealing my laptop. It's my neighbor across the street, Reese. And I'm like, can I even attack this guy? And they've taken away my Second Amendment right because, I had somebody accuse me and got an ex parte and all these restraining orders that's going on. I know people that use this order of protection.
The second right is to take away your First Amendment right. See how Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, America is?
It's a scare that in the state of
Illinois... It's mostly Mr. Hyde,
in the state of Illinois,
America.
You have this weird
our history.
Thing in your
Dr.
house.
Jekyll's sane, but Mr. Hyde isn't.
And it's like, you're a radical. We're going to find a way.
Yeah. Dr. Jekyll's a radical, and Hyde is the guy.
He
should go around brutalizing and brooding people.
I don't know where we're going, but it's scary. Trump thinks when he gets elected, or Trump
he's not going to get. He's not going to probably get it, but we don't know. The cards will fall. On November 5th and after.
children's sons and daughters. All the children's sons and daughters. All the children's sons and daughters. We will honor all our martyrs. All the children's sons and daughters. I want to remind everyone that over the past year, it has been clear that the politicians of this country, their agenda is not the people, it is not the community, it is not our backyard, our family, our friends, it is Israel. Because while one of the worst hurricanes devastated Florida, North Carolina, and FEMA announced a $9 billion shortage in relief, you know what the U.S. did that very same day? You know what the Harris administration did that same day? Gave $9 billion to Israel.
That ain't right.
$9 billion.
That ain't right.
Since October, the U.S. has given over $18 billion to Israel, and that's on top of the $3.8 billion. So to Kamala, for Genocide Joe, know that you will no longer be able to fool us into thinking that you are the better of two evils. Because the better of two evils is still evil. Do not expect our vote. Do not come knocking on our doors, on our schools, and our mosques once every 4 years. Because that door is closed. And it will not reopen until we have a full arms embargo and a cut ties to Israel in every way, shape, or form. Killer Kamala will not fool! Killer Kamala will not fool! You fund genocide, not our schools! You fund genocide, not our schools! Are you ready for this one? We did it! After 1 year, March for Augusta. And now it is 1 year and a month and a half.
And the very last action step that I will give you, if you haven't seen it yet, there is a small placard that is being passed around. There's a long placard that's being passed around. If you have a placard in your hand, hold it up, please. The third disgusting pig that I want to talk to you about is none other than the racist, sexist, misogynist, anti-black, anti-Palestinian, so-called comedian Michael Rappaport. Everyone say boo.
Fascists!
This disgusting pig who has celebrated the murder of Palestinian children. This pig who has celebrated the genocide against our people thinks that he has a right to visit Chicago. Are we going to let him visit Chicago? Are we going to let him have a comedy show in which he supports and cheers on genocide? Then next Friday, grab his placard. Next Friday, join us at the Big Theater as we stand up and shut down Michael Rappaport's disgusting racism and tell him that Chicago belongs to us. Chicago is a city of the Palestinian movement. Chicago is not a city of racists. Everybody with me say free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Just as Ahmed has said, it has been over a year, and yet we will continue to show up every week for the people of Palestine. For those that are getting tired, for those that are losing hope in our protests, for those that feel like posting continuously is getting redundant and nobody's listening, I beg of you to remember this. I beg of you to remember when you woke up and you watched the doctors in Gaza giving speeches among dozens of dead bodies. For those that are getting tired and feel like nobody's listening, I beg of distance themselves, I beg of you to remember we no longer have the privilege of being ignorant. We no longer have the privilege of taking a back seat. It has been far too long. We have fought and we have resisted Israel for 76 years. And the people keep the movement going. If Israel was as powerful as they say, then the country would have been gone long ago. Our legacy would have been wiped off the face of the earth and there would be no such history for the Palestinian people. But I'll tell you what, that's not gonna happen. Not on our time, not on our time, not as long as we are living and breathing and walking these streets. When we allow people to forget the existence of the Palestinian people. And it is ours and coalitions like this one that we will continue to support. And we implore you that if you are sitting at home and watching these live, if you are in the comfort of your home and all you do is sit around your dinner table and talk about what's going on, you're not doing enough. It is unacceptable for anyone not to be at these protests, for anyone not to be taking part in the coalition and posting, and I say this daily, protesting is the bare minimum. Coming to Chicago and shutting down the streets and marching is the bare minimum. Chicago is home to the greatest Palestinian diaspora, and we expect these streets to be flooded every single week. Help me in welcoming our next speaker today. We have Sadiq Khalil representing American Muslims for Palestine.
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. 107 years ago today, British Foreign Minister Arthur James Balfour issued what became known as the Balfour Declaration. Arthur James Balfour said to the Zionist leadership, the head of which was Lord Rothschild, I have much pleasure in declaring His Majesty's government's sympathy with Jewish Zionist aspirations. And they knew very well what those aspirations were. They were rooted in settler colonialism. They were rooted in conquest. They were rooted in ethnic cleansing. They were rooted in establishing a state at the expense of the indigenous population of Palestine. 67 words.
I was riding along the highway about 1974.
And that's the beginning of the end.
Well, a state trooper pulled right up next to my door.
In Palestine.
Well, I rolled down the window and asked him what was doing.
His
He said,
Majesty's government, you would favor.
well, you're moving too fast. You better pull over, boy. Well, I looked at him and I said, I didn't notice the speed limit had changed.
Facilitate the achievement of this object.
Well, the boogie-woogie blue run through my veins.
Nothing shall be done to the civil.
I must have took off now, well faster than I planned.
Communities
When all the cars on the highway were singing.
nor the political status of Jews in any other country.
We're
This was the Balfour Declaration.
all night
I
long,
want to spend a little bit of time
all night
to
long.
deconstruct these 67
All night
words, because once we do that, we'll be able to understand the media and political discourse on Palestine today. 107 years ago, 9/10 of the population, the majority.
Well, the other day I was down at the zoo. I saw the kangaroo. Well, he put on a pair of boxing gloves. I watched him break out by punching out the keeper of the zoo. Well, I ran down the river, asked what was done. It told me the boogie-woogie blues lurks behind everything's blood. Yeah, we're gonna boogie woogie all night long. We're gonna boogie woogie all night long. We're gonna boogie woogie all night long.
Free Palestine. Free Palestine. All right, Chicago, make some noise!
Well, the other day I was on a newly mowed lawn.
Unfortunately, Esther wasn't able to make it. Sorry, Mama.
We're drinking lemonade and whistling a
We're gonna start
song.
our march. Are you ready to march?
Well, up come a beehive from a bee
Are
from
you
a tree.
ready to march?
He jumped up,
Are you ready to march?
bit me on my toe. When I jumped up and hollered, there was a whole beehive from a tree. We're boogie woogieing after me. Well, I ran about a mile before I jumped in the pool. All the bees up above buzzed off singing. We're gonna boogie woogie all night long. We're gonna boogie woogie all night long. We're gonna boogie woogie all night long. Well, late the other night, man, come on the TV set. You better stay in school.
Okay.
Well, I want to get an
I'm with
education
you all
now.
the way.
I don't want to be
Oh,
a
Guitar
fool.
Jim all the way. I'm with you. Hey, I'm with you all the way.
Well, but I want you all.
They
people
can
out
kill
there,
my
what
body,
I
but
really
they
want
can't
you to
kill my
know.
soul.
What does this really have to do? What does this really have to do? What we all really want to do. What we all really want to do is boogie woogie all night long. We're gonna boogie woogie all night long. We're gonna boogie woogie all night long. We're gonna boogie woogie all night long.
I got to do three things at once. I wish I could just do one thing.
Well, now time it was to come down to set everybody free. We'll burn all the statutes of princes, lords, and kings. We'll tell all the news to the generals of arms. Well, we had no need for nuclear fission or bombs. We're gonna stab, beat, trample like a train.